Welcome to the vlog. I am your host. Before we begin, this is my first gacha game, so this is all new to me. If you're someone who loves the gacha games, just keep that in mind. So, Genshin Impact. I played it. I beat what was available as of 1.2, and I don't know what to say, except that I have some very mixed feelings about it. It's not a bad game, it's well polished, and it's very fun to play, but the progression walls, pay to win, and gambling aspects are totally confounding to me. The business model for this game isn't unique, so I don't mean to single them out. Genshin Impact is a so-called free-to-play action role-playing gacha game from a Chinese company called MiHoYo. The company was founded in 2012 by 3 university students who have since built a fairly large and successful company. Genshin Impact is available on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, iPhone, Windows, and Android. There's also a Switch version and a native PlayStation 5 version coming soon. I played through the original game on my PlayStation 4 Pro, and I played through the first 2 major patches on my PlayStation 5. The game is always online for no particular reason, given that it's a single-player game, so when the servers go down, the game is lost forever. You play as either a male or female who gets separated from their sibling. As a traveler, you are sent to the world of Teyvat and land in the nation of Mondstadt, which is based on medieval Europe. You meet a girl named Paimon and adventure with the knights to stop a dragon named Storm Terror from causing destruction. In the next adventure, you travel to Liyue, which is based on China, and it turns into a bit of a murder mystery. The second update opens up a new mountain in Mondstadt called Dragonspine. Here they introduce a new cold mechanic, where if you're out in the elements for too long, you take damage. It's actually a really cool area, so it gets me very excited to see where they're going to take us next. The brand new update takes us back to Liyue for a Lantern Festival. I haven't had the opportunity to play this one yet. In the world of Teyvat, there are plenty of cute dogs and cats in the world. There are some very good girls and boys that clearly want to be petted, but you can't. I did find one dog that you can talk to. You cannot pet him either, however, you can tell him he's a good dog. There are also no horses in this world, but they have all the things that they would need, like hay, stalls, and carts. Maybe they'll be added up in a later update, but it's a little strange. The game has a more animated art style that people have compared to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Japanese anime. With regards to the PlayStation 5, the game just runs a lot better. It doesn't necessarily look a lot better, it just runs better at 60 frames per second. In addition, they actually use the speaker in the PlayStation controller, which is nice, but the rumble on the PlayStation 5 version is hit and miss. Hopefully, the game plays even better when they finish the native PlayStation 5 version later this year. Right now, it's running in backwards compatibility mode. Gameplay-wise, it's a very solid action RPG with elemental effects. Your party consists of 4 characters, but you can only play as one character at a time, and each character has their own element and weapon types. Mixing elements can lead to certain buffs and make certain attacks stronger. So you can mix fire and wind to get an even stronger fire attack. The Traveler is unique in that she can use different elements. It's not something that can be done on the fly, but it's still pretty interesting. It's just a very relaxing game. I enjoyed wandering around and just exploring. The gliding system in particular is very fun. However, where the game gets really bogged down is in the progression walls. There are a ridiculous amount of different types of currencies, crafting, and leveling requirements. The constellation system in particular is kind of strange. You can level up your constellations through gameplay with the Traveler, but for everyone else you have to get it through gambling. The progression walls keep getting larger and larger, but eventually the progression walls become easier to overcome much later on in the game. For example, earlier in the game, I kept getting to the last stage of the final boss of the first level quest and I just couldn't beat it. After doing some research, not only was I using 3 of the weakest characters in the game, but it also turns out that the game has healers, something that the game never mentioned previously. So in my experience, it does get to a point that you cannot progress without using premium characters that you can only get by gambling. Thankfully, you get a bunch of free bets that should get you through the game. It just takes a whole lot longer and it's just a whole lot more difficult. It's not really a normal game in that you can just play and enjoy the story. At the time of this review, you cannot complete the story of Genshin Impact. miHoYo is trying to create a game that's habit-forming, and there's a lot of MMO-like qualities with daily quests and grinds. As of now, it seems like they're releasing new content every 6 weeks. Also, if you're not careful, this free game can become very expensive. Do I feel bad for not spending any money at all? No. Not at all, because miHoYo knows that while there are some players like me who will pay them nothing, there are others who will spend a lot. What's most shocking to me is how much people are spending. I saw some guy spend over $5,000 on this thing on YouTube. One particular YouTuber has claimed to have spent tens of thousands of dollars on it. I don't know if he's being serious, but this is something that you can do in the game. Locally, I have a buddy that spent $250 on it. But I hope it all averages out and most people are sensible in their gambling habits. Personally, I just saw it as part of the challenge. The gambling aspect comes into play to get even stronger characters and to make your existing characters stronger. Even with spending hundreds or even thousands of dollars, there's no guarantee that you'll get the character that you want. If you tell me that I'm going to have to pay to win, then I'm going to find a way to win without paying. I was able to get characters and a party that I like, so I've sort of just given up on the whole gambling mechanic. As of now, I've saved enough items that would cost over $300 if purchased through the store. There's also a battle pass that can help save you time by giving you more resources that you'd otherwise have to get by grinding. Basically, spending money just makes the game easier. If this were a standard release that got rid of all the walls and the pay-to-win aspects, this could have been one of the best games of the year. As it exists now, it's just very perplexing to me. Honestly, I don't think miHoYo cares what I think. They made over $400 million so far on the mobile version alone. This isn't counting the PC or PlayStation versions. They're clearly a very talented group of developers. I just don't understand this business model. I downloaded Genshin Impact because I was curious about the future of gaming and the games as a service model. I want to thank you for watching. I just want to make clear that I was not compensated for this review from miHoYo. Everything I did was throughout the course of normal gameplay. This should not be seen as an endorsement of this product, and this video was made for entertainment purposes only. Maybe I'll make another video, maybe I won't. I've enjoyed learning how to make videos on my Macintosh, so maybe I'll do it again. This time around, I learned how to crop videos and how to use GarageBand. The very first video I made was more silly, and this one is more of a straight review. I'm not sure which is the best way to do it, to be quite honest. I also decided to record the audio first this time, instead of trying to make the audio match the video. This is actually my second attempt at making a review of Genshin Impact. The first time around, I didn't realize that it was over 30 minutes long, So hopefully this one is a bit more concise and not so long-winded. Thank you for watching, and remember, do not subscribe to this channel.